Almost every tenancy agreement has a clause in it that bans subletting. That's not to say that tenants don't do it, and landlords sometimes find out about it. In practice, as a lawyer, my first approach would be to evict anybody who is subletting in a property. There's a danger if you allow the subletting that it will turn the property into an HMO, because you will have two households, and if there are more than 3 people, it'll be an HMO. That will change the landlord's obligations dramatically. There's also the danger that you're going to end up finding that the tenant will actually leave, leaving the subletter behind, and you'll get yourself in a hell of a mess working out who's actually in your property at all. There's also, of course, increasingly a bit of a problem with rogue rent-to-rent, where basically I rent a property telling you it's for me to live in with my family, and before you know it, it's sublet to God knows who, and often a lot of God knows who, and you might find that the right to rent regulations are being breached, the HMO regulations are being breached, and there might be a laundry list of other serious problems there that you need to deal with. So subletting is something the courts take quite seriously. It's usually banned by an agreement. I would tend towards possession, and you'll probably get it. If you're not so unhappy with it, you could regularise the position. So if the subletting is one person and they're getting one other person in another room, provided it doesn't make it an HMO, you could write a side letter authorising that sublet with some conditions. Obviously, if it will help pay the rent, that may not be a bad thing. If the person has gone and has left a subletter behind, you could obviously sign a new tenancy agreement with the replacement person, and the original agreement would be surrendered by operation of law. But I often find landlords are a bit too casual with subletting. My first response would be to go in fairly sternly and say, this is a breach of the agreement, we need to sort this out, and not sit back on it as many people do.